going on, everybody? Welcome back, Dudes Who Bet Daily. I am excited to be back after a week off, and what a day to be back it is. It's NBA trade deadline day. Not me, by the way. I was on time. NBA trade deadline today. We got the Super Bowl this weekend. It's a phenomenal day to bet some sports, so let's kick it right off with the conversation around the NBA trade deadline here. Big news, Durant heading to the Suns broke this morning. Not surprising after Kyrie went away. Aaron, let's jump into this from a betting perspective. I realize that, the Suns gave up a decent haul here, but does it make them the favorites in the West?
Yeah, I think it does. We've talked about them the last couple of years. It's like, they're just missing something. They're just missing something. Well, this is a pretty big something they're getting back here, and now they've got a big three, and that's kind of been the key to winning championships in the NBA is getting that big three. They've got it. Hopefully they can all stay healthy for the Suns fans. They should, they made a power move here. There's no doubt about it. So, I think it makes them the favorites.
They end up giving up Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Jay Crowder. 3 3-point shooters, 2 pretty solid defenders as well there, Papa Dude. It's going to be interesting to see how this team gels down the stretch because specifically Bridges and Crowder, actually all three of them really, played quite a bit of minutes for the Suns here. How do you think this is going to make them on the defensive side of the ball? Because that could be a key concern now.
Well, definitely. They gave up a lot. They also gave up a bunch of picks too, right?
4 of them, yeah. Although they probably aren't going to be very good picks.
No, they're still first-round picks, and they're
all 4 first-rounders, yes.
Yeah. And you're right. They're not going to be good ones. But I think it all boils down to what Aaron said, health. Are they going to be able to stay healthy? Because you've got Booker, who has injury problems. You got Paul, who's 37 years old, and he's been hurt. And you got Durant, who the last 2 or 3 years has been hurt. So that's the big risk. If those 3 can stay healthy and you combine them with, Ayton, how do you pronounce that? Is it Ayton?
Yep.
He's a stud. They got everything it takes. The West, I think, is wide open. I'm not sold on Denver. They don't play well in the playoffs normally. Who else is there? They're really Golden State didn't do anything to help themselves. I think they're the favorites if they stay healthy. The interesting thing is the Nets. Man, they've acquired a whole different team. How are they going to mesh? And will they be better off? They might. I don't know.
And why are they a favorite tonight against the Bulls, laying 1.5 with a shell of a team? Where the Bulls, Now, I think the key there is the Bulls are expected to make some deadline moves here. So, Vucevic and Levine may not be on that team when they play that game tonight. So that's a big part of why that line is sitting there at -1.5 right now.
Yeah, you got to stay away from that game. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Now, Magic, Papa Dude mentioned the West here, right? And it is officially the Wild Wild West. We've got Dallas acquiring Kyrie Irving. We've got the Suns picking up Kevin Durant. The Lakers pick up Russell in the trade. They get rid of Russell Westbrook, probably as important as picking up D'Angelo Russell. Papa Dude mentioned the Golden State Warriors. They need to get Curry healthy, get back into the playoffs. And then there's Denver sitting there that has just been cruising along. Do you go with Denver, who's kind of the complete team right now, who doesn't need or has not made that move, or are you going with one of these kind of hot teams that are showing up now?
Depends. Are we trying to win the regular season? Are we trying to win an NBA championship? If we're trying to win the regular season, Denver's looking pretty good there. If we're trying to win a championship, you need stars. Look at what happened with the Suns the last 2 years. They get to they face Giannis. They didn't have anybody nearly as good as Giannis on their team. They lost to the Bucks that year. Last year with Dallas, I know that the Game 7, they had that huge COVID outbreak and just got destroyed late, but they didn't have anybody near as good as Luka Doncic. They've got somebody who's better or at least as good as those players on his best night in Kevin Durant. Now, I think that's going to be what pushes them over. And basketball, I know it's a team sport, and no offense, Papa Dude, I know you're coached basketball for a long time. It's too much of an individual game to me. I'm not worried about people meshing. You get Durant in there. He's played with Kyrie. He's played with Russ. He's played with all sorts of ball hogs and egotistical maniacs. There's nobody in Phoenix Suns like this, at least until the offseason when Kyrie Irving decides he wants to go play in Phoenix.
It is a star league, but let's not forget, before this trade, the playoffs could have been without Kevin Durant, without LeBron James, and without Steph Curry. All 3 of those teams were risked of missing the playoffs going into it. So, it's a star league. It is a much deeper league than before. Pulled up the odds here to win the NBA title. The Suns were 18-1 yesterday. They are now plus 450 to win the NBA title. Aaron, let's just whip through this real fast. Who you got here right now if I gave you $100 free bet?
Dallas. Give me the Mavericks.
14-1 on the Mavs. Papa, dude, $100 free bet. Who you got?
I'm not taking the Mavericks. I'll say that.
I knew you'd hate that.
By the way, Magic, I will say this. There ain't a coach in the world that doesn't want a star. You got to have a star. I don't care how good your other guys are. If you got a star, you're going to be really, really tough to beat. So definitely that. Okay, let me look here. Man, I want to take Phoenix, but I don't know how that's going to mesh, but I don't like anybody else. I'm going to take the Suns.
Give me the Bucks plus 750 for my $100 bet. Magic, who you got?
Hey, you took it away from me. I have the Bucks. Yeah, I like the Bucks tonight, and I like the Bucks at plus 750.
It seems like they're being forgotten. They're just chugging along, man. If Middleton's healthy in the playoffs last year, they might have gone back to back. And now they're the third, and you know they're going to gel. You don't have the coach worries you do on the Celtics. You know that Giannis is a big time player. I think that 750 on the Bucks.
They just kind of boring go along. You know, I don't know. They're just very consistent, and they don't do anything dumb. They just don't get headlines. You're right. They just kind of are there.
Like you said, Poppy, they're consistent. They play defense. They can shoot the ball. They can get to the hole. To me, the Bucks are one of those underrated teams. All right, let's jump into some bets for today. Magic, you stole my thunder here. First game on the board, Bucks minus 6.5 versus the Lakers. Total sitting at 240.5. Tell us why you like the Bucks, Magic.
Well, first of all, the Lakers they're still sub 500. It's 25 there. Like LeBron James scores the all-time scoring record, and they couldn't even get up for that one. Like this team is a mess. They got rid of Russell Westbrook, who I thought could be a poison in a lot of different places. Russell Westbrick, are we still calling him that, or is that a little too passe?
He doesn't like that. He gets mad.
Oh, what a damn shame. Let me just play the little violin for him. No, the Bucks I think are a much better team. They're in form. They've won it looks like their last 18 games. No, they won 9 of their last 10. They look fantastic. The Lakers still trying to figure shit out. They've lost their last 2, 4 of their last 6. They had to go to overtime to beat the Knicks the other night. Like, that's not good. No. Bucks big, baby.
Yeah, that's not good at all. I like the Bucks here as well. I think they roll. I do want to say one thing on LeBron James real quick, because I did not get to talk about this. He probably delivered on the hype more than any athlete in history. If you think about what was expected of him when he was 14 years old, he was essentially a child star. Yep. And to actually be that person who's 14 years old, is on the cover of SI, and breaks the all-time scoring record is amazing. That there wasn't anything along the way that derailed this. I mean, you think about other ones, like Peyton Manning, I guess, but he wasn't really in that age. Tiger Woods, you could say, and we saw how that went. Like that got a little wild there for a couple of years. So just a phenomenal job by LeBron James to actually deliver on the hype, because we rarely see that these days. On that note, give me the Bucks minus 6.5. They're going to blow out the Lakers tonight. Aaron, who you got?
Lakers, big tonight. Go Lakers. Lakers win tonight.
Papa, dude?
Yeah, I'm going the Bucks. I do like what the Lakers did with the trade, though. I think that will get them into the playoffs. I think they'll get to playing better. The key to there is, can Anthony Davis stay in the lineup, and will he play good every night? That's the problem. But I like the Bucks tonight.
Yeah, Anthony Davis has looked like a shell of himself when he's been out there at certain times. He looked dominant at other times. So it's just the consistency that they're having issues with there. All right, let's head over to the ice now. Talk enough about the NBA. We got 2 very, very good hockey games tonight. We'll kick it off with the Avalanche plus 110 heading into Tampa Bay. The Lightning laying 130 total. Spelled wrong, sitting at 6 here for this game. Aaron, we'll kick it off with you. Who you got here?
Well, you don't get graded on spelling for this show, so that's a good news there. Look, it's going to be a hell of a game tonight. I went Tampa, but boy, I would not be surprised if the Avalanche get the job done. Tampa, though, I'm going to take them. I think it's going to go over that total of 6. So I'm going to go Tampa and over in this one.
Yeah, Avalanche got some bad news. Bo Bynum back out of the lineup again, 1 game after he came back in. He's a key for them. Magic, who you got here?
Listen, the Colorado Avalanche were good enough to host the dominating St. Louis Blues back on January 28th. Barely came out with a win. The Tampa's nothing compared to St. Louis. Colorado wins.
I like your faith there, Magic. I like your faith. Yeah, give me the Lightning. I like them at home here. Colorado still has not gotten to the point they were at last year. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility they get back there. But right now, they're just not playing up to that level. I'll lay the 130 here with the Lightning. Papa, dude, who you got?
I'll make it. Did Magic take the Avalanche? He did, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I was confused where he was going with that. So
We all get confused with
I
Magic.
think everybody was. Yeah.
I will take the Lightning as well. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Tang again. The other night he texted me and he goes, they were playing the Sharks, the Lightning were. And he goes, what do you think? And I said, I don't think it's too good. And they won. And the Sharks won. And why do I go against him? Never. I don't know. But I'm going Lightning minus 130.
All right, let's head over to Minnesota, where the Vegas Golden Knights heading into town, plus 100, Wild laying minus 120. Total sitting at 5.5. Give me the first period under here. We've talked about this bet quite a bit on the show. It's 1.5. You're getting plus money on it. I don't think they're going to score a bunch of goals early, so I'll take first period under 1.5. Papa, dude, right back to you. Who you like here?
I like Vegas tonight. Wild had a tough game last night in Dallas. They lost. Vegas beat Nashville the other night pretty handily, and I thought Nashville would beat them. I'm not high on Vegas, but the Wild are really struggling. They need this win. I think this is a good plus bet to take tonight. I take Vegas all the way tonight.
Aaron, we talked about Vegas quite a bit on this show, how they were like that team last year that then wildly underachieved, and now they seem to be getting back to it. Do you like them tonight? And do you think they can win the Stanley Cup? Twofold here on you.
Oh boy, what a question. I like Minnesota tonight. I don't think at the end of the day Vegas will win the Stanley Cup. I think they'll make a run. I don't think they will win it though. I don't think they're quite the complete team. They have not played well at home, which is really strange for them. They usually are pretty good. I don't think they can win the cup, and I don't think they're winning tonight. I'll take Minnesota.
It's an interesting game, Magic. You got the Golden Knights 16-5-4 on the road heading into Minnesota, who's 15-8-1 at home. One of the two has to break. One of them's got to lose here. Who do you like?
I like Vegas. Vegas had lost 4 straight going into the All-Star break. They really looked like they needed time off. They get the time off. What happens? They come out and beat the piss out of Nashville 5-1 on the road. Vegas looks like that break really did them a lot of good. Probably just relaxed by the pool, had a bunch of the yard margaritas and, just did everything, lots of gambling at the casino, just nice relaxing time. Now we're back into the swing of things. Yeah, Vegas wins tonight.
Give me Vegas as well, and I don't hate them at plus 14-1 to win the Stanley Cup. I'm just saying that's why I teed that question up over there, and I think they got a shot to pull it off here at a decent price there. All right, race of the day, Gulfstream Park, race number 9. Aaron, we'll kick it off with you. We're going to talk a lot of Gulfstream Park here. I'm playing 2 races. You've got one as well. Who do you like here in the 9th?
Yeah, it's going to be a really good race. It's a pretty good card. They just kicked it off, actually, at Gulfstream. So race 9 here. Look, I went with the number 1. Hold on. Wrong day. Nope, there it is. Number 1, Parkland on top for me, for Safi Joseph and Tyler Gaffleone. We'll see what happens. This is a wide open race. I'm interested to see the odds on this. I don't know if we'll get that 4-1 price or not. I'm kind of back and forth on that. But look, this horse is running about as good as any of them on the synthetic. We're going back to the turf today, but the horse has pretty good turf form as well. Last time out, won at this level on the synthetic, like I said. So I think Parkland gets it done here from this inside post. I think there's speed. I think he'll stalk and pounce.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of speed signed up here. Speed obviously done well at the Gulfstream Park turf. Kind of hard to sift through who you think is going to make the lead, where horses are going to sit. I like the one as well. That was my second pick. Magic, who did you have on top?
I'm feeling good. Aaron and I went with the same top pick here. Did you know? So Safi Joseph had that just ridiculously terrible Pegasus World Cup day on the 28th. From the 29th until today, he's had 16 starters. 7 of them have won. Safi's fine. Safi just misfired. The cocktail was way off one day. Everything else is going fine in the barn. All the points Aaron made. I love the fact that he claimed the horse got the horse for $25K, and we're now running back protected for the second straight time there. So I really love the one straight chances in here.
I'm going to go. I know, Papa, did you like going last? So I'll give my pick next year. I'm going to go to the 4 horse, Our Country, who was a trip trouble horse for me last time out. The horse had trouble in the first turn, had to check, then made a run. There's a ton of speed in here, and Our Country should be able to sit fairly close to that speed and be toward the inside, save some ground around the first 2 turns, getting 10-1 with Junior Alvarado. To be clear, I think Parkland's also a must-use, so I have 4-1 in this race, but I'm taking a little bit of a shot with a 10-1 horse here, who I think is ripe to pull the upset, specifically off of that trip last time. Also getting back, running the third off the layoff, second in a row on the turf for a new barn after getting claimed. So I think all systems go here for Our Country today. Papa Dude, who do you like here in the 9?
All right, here we go. I like the 1. How about that, boys? I got 1. Nobody mentioned the 9. I like the 9, and I like the 4. So I go 1, 9, 4.
I was 419, Papa Dude. How about that?
Oh,
Box them up, call them home, baby. Let's go.
right. And Michael's got 491. So here we are, boys.
I mean, I don't see how this loses.
Yeah, so let's play the 2-3-7 try. That's good. All right, we've got an interesting setup here at Gulfstream. Aaron and I are going to go first with the best bets here. I'll let him go first, and then I'm going to steal his thunder. Actually, more of like a little piggyback here. Aaron, you can kick it off here. Tell us about the 3 and the 6.
Yeah, I'm going with a first-time starter for the best bet today, and I just think this horse looks way the best in this field. So we're going to go to race 6 on the card. I'm going to go number 3, Free Smoke, as the best bet today. A couple of things. You've got a field here of the horses that have started that aren't great, and then you've got the 3 horse here, Free Smoke, working up a storm, looks very, very good in the workouts. Carlos David, a very good trainer with first-time starters, gets Luis Saez aboard. When those 2 hook up, it's a pretty good percentage. So I think number 3, Free Smoke, is going to be ready to run today. He faces a field that he should be able to handle if he's a good horse. So I'm going to take him.
Now, I almost took Free Smoke as well.
Okay.
I'm concerned this horse is going to go off at like 2-5.
Yeah.
So I ended up playing a daily double with Free Smoke kicking it off. If Free Smoke drops below 4-5, you know the rule, can't have a horse shorter than 4-5. What are you going to use as your backup bet here? You're going to go exacta or daily double?
Doc took my thunder. I'm going 3-1 exacta straight. So if the 3 horse is below 4-5, the bet will be a 3-1 exacta. I'm totally with him on this. The connections are right there, and I think you like the 1 as well. Connections are really good. We're changing over to the dirt today. We're getting against Florida breds. I think the 1 will run a pretty good race. I see him kind of coming up for second. I really just think the 3 is going to romp in this spot. And honestly, let's hope the 3 is 2-5, because then, we know that we're on the right track with this horse. I've got this horse, the 3, singled and everything as well. So we need this horse to be good. So yeah, if he goes below that 4-5, give me the 3-1 exacta.
Good pick. The 1 was my second horse in this race as well. Kevin Rice, when he gets hot, I think he won 2 races at Saratoga with Jose Ortiz up. When he puts Ortiz up, generally it means that horse is a runner. We have that today with Kevin Rice on training the 1 horse with Jose Ortiz up. So I like that 3-1 exacta. I'm going to play a double though. I'm going to go with the 3-6. I'm going to go to the 7th race. So on top of Aaron's comment on the 3, the one other thing I want to mention. Sired by Buchero, who stands for $5,000. This horse sold for $145K, and this is a $53,000 state bred maiden special weight. So very expensive horse to end up in a state bred maiden special weight. Training very well for a trainer who can get him ready first time. I think it's all systems go here for Free Smoke. In the 7th, I'm going to go to the 6th horse, Crowding Out. This was a Chad Brown trainee who was turf sprinting, actually broke the maiden at Saratoga in a race that became a key race, beat Mrs. Green and Hay there, who both won next time out. Ran well the next 2 starts, got claimed, went into a $50,000 allowance, lost to Train to Artemis, who is a very good horse and would be a heavy favorite in this spot. Then for some reason came back on the synthetic and against way better than this, went 21, 43, and 4 and faded. So I'm completely throwing that race out. I think Crowding Out here has a good shot of sitting right behind the 1 and the 8 if we don't want to go, or out sprinting them if we want to. Either way, I think Crowding Out here is a nice price at 6-1. So I'm going to play a double 3 into the 6. I did think the 7th race is a little tough, but I do like the price we're getting on the 6. Aaron, were you a Crowding Out fan? Did you go a different direction?
I put the 1 on top, but I did go ahead and put the 6 in second. So I'm not totally against it here. You're going to get a decent price, I think. Gosh, if somehow the horse is 2-5 and we get the exacta and this double, I think it's going to be a big day maker, because I do think the price is going to be there with the 6. I think it's a good double to play into. You don't really want to go a daily double favorite, so you try to create some value. I like it. I don't hate it at all.
Well, I appreciate that. All right. Magic, you want to give us your pick? You also going to the world of horse racing. You're headed to Fairgrounds race number 3.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty well with these lately. The reason I think I've been doing well, I don't rely on a horse that I'm like, as long as you just break cleanly and go to the front, you'll be fine. That has never once worked for me on this show. So we're going to go to Fairgrounds race 3. We got state bred, Louisiana bred, $5,000 starter allowance. Oh boy. I really like the 2 Bootsy's Galaxy. First off, the claim for Carl Broberg. A big reason I like it. First of all, the back-to-back buyers, 80-81 over this course against much tougher, 12-5K claimers and then optional claimers last out. Broberg buys the horse for $20,000, runs him back in this spot, should start to get some of the money back for that $20,000 buy. Colby Hernandez is going to ride through the barn change. And whenever I see a top rider in the circuit ride through a barn change like this, it really catches my attention. There is a little bit of a concern for speed about the 4 possibly going to the front, but wasn't able to do that, going 5.5 last time out. I think that the 2 was a much more talented horse than what the 4 was losing to and facing. So I think this is a good spot for the 2 to pick up an easy win for Carl Broberg. I don't see, again, the fact that this horse doesn't need to go to the front to succeed, I think really helps my chances. That's kind of where I've been bad on this show. It's like, hey, it's speed horse. No.
Yeah, a little bit of pace pressure is going to be required on that 4, and if so, I think your 2 Bootsy's Galaxy has a big chance here. All right, Papa Dude, close us out here for the best bets headed back to College Hardwood.
That's right. I like this one a lot tonight for 2 reasons. One, Loyola Marymount is at home, and they're pretty good. That's one reason lumped in there together. And the other, playing St. Mary's, that's coming off a massive win over Gonzaga. So I'm going to play that angle a little bit. If this game was at St. Mary's, I wouldn't be playing it. But it's at Loyola. They're pretty good. I think they're going to be ready. St. Mary's is ranked. They're feeling some pressure. Will the Big West get 2 teams into the tournament? They'll get their champion. Will the loser get in there? They need to win every game they can to pad their resume in case Gonzaga beats them in the championship game later on down the road. So I like this one a lot. It's 8.5 points. I think that's too many points to give them. I think this game's close. I think St. Mary's wins it, but I'm going to go Loyola Marymount plus 8.5 tonight at home against the Gales from St. Mary's.
I got a fun stat for you, Papa Dude.
Okay.
So when I was driving across the country, I listened to a ton of podcasts.
Okay.
One of your podcasts was specifically around college basketball betting, and one of the stats that I thought was phenomenal. So this year, if the lower ranked team or unranked team is favored against a higher ranked team or ranked team, they are 43-20 against the spread.
Wow.
Home or away. If the lower ranked team in the AP poll is favored, they're 43-20, including 8-0 in the last 8 games. Pretty wild. 5-0 on Saturday, 1-0 on Monday, 2-0 on Tuesday. Pretty nutty that that's actually holding up at that type of percentage.
Yeah.
It shows you that the bettors in Vegas know more than the AP poll does, though.
Shocking.
Shocker.
Yeah.
All right. Let's run through the best bets for the day here. Sign off. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Best bets around the sports and horse racing world. Aaron going to Gulfstream Park, race number 6, horse number 3, 9 to 5 on the morning line. Little concerned this one's going to get hammered. So he has the 3-1 exact as the backup if we go off shorter than 4 to 5. Papa Dude taking Loyola Marymount plus 8.5. I'm going to go race number 6 Gulfstream as well. I'm going to play a daily double through that 3. I'm going to play 3 with the 6 crowding out in the 7th. Magic headed to Fairgrounds, race number 3, horse number 2, 8 to 5 on the morning line. Bootsy's Galaxy, 1 and 3 for the week, down $260, but we're up $132 for the year. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We will see you all tomorrow.